السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. تبارك الذي بيده الملك وهو على كل شيء قدير. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا وهو العزيز الغفور. الذي خلق 7 سماوات طباقا ما ترى في خلق الرحمن من تفاوت فارجع البصر هل ترى من فطور ثم ارجع البصر كرتين ينقلب إليك البصر خاسئا وهو حسير. ولقد زينا السماء الدنيا بمصابيح وجعلناها رجوما للشياطين وأعتدنا لهم عذاب السعير. وللذين كفروا بربهم عذاب جهنم وبئس المصير. إذا ألقوا فيها سمعوا لها شهيقا وهي تفور تكاد تميز من الغيظ كلما ألقي فيها فوج سألهم خزنتها ألم يأتكم نذير. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of the Almighty, the most gracious, the most merciful. We have gathered here today to pay tribute through condolence messages to a fine human being and the institutions which he represented during the final days, namely the All India National League, All India Milli Council, Baitul Mal Tamil Nadu, the Miyasi, Anjuman Muslim Islam, Muslim Women Aid Society have all requested me to convene this condolence meeting as a fitting tribute to our friend and brother, Janab Syed J. Inayathullah, Sahib, along with the National Chamber of Commerce, which I represent. Syed Inayathullah Sahib was the only son to late Syed Jabbar Ali, who was attached to the anti-corruption wing of the police department of Tamil Nadu. Born in the year 1944, in the month of September at Chennai, Inayathullah Sahib did his schooling at Sri Ramakrishna Mission at Mangalam, completed pre-university at the New College, and studied BA Psychology at the Presidency College. He further completed his Masters in MSc Sociology at Loyola College and went on to complete his Bachelor of Law at the Madras Law College. He started his job at the Larsen & Toubro as a Labour and Industrial Relations Officer from 1974 until 1981, and his deft handling of the men and matters landed him at the HR department of the ETA and was the personal manager Emirates Trading Agency and Ascon in Dubai until 1990. After returning to India, he was made General Manager of West Asia Exports and Imports Private Limited, a unit of the ETA having branches across the country handling manpower. He took a retirement and put his hand at various businesses, printing, computer hardware, hotel, travel agency, and the cab service. All along he had a flair for social work and spent most time working for the community, the downtrodden and the needy. He was a practicing lawyer in family courts and Madras High Court, giving free legal aid services and counseling in marital and civil disputes. When tsunami hit the coast of Tamil Nadu, he along with friends and like-minded people raised funds and physically got involved in the building of settlements and rehabilitation work for the affected families. Many people make noise in what they do, but few people do service out of their heart. My friend Inayathullah was one of them. When he became President Baitul Mal Chennai, there were many times when an application was rejected because it did not fit the criteria. In such a case, he would contribute quietly through his pocket. Inayathullah to me was God sent. After I lost my good brother Abdul Hafiz Khan Sahib, he filled in the vacuum and molded me in social life. A devout and disciplined man, he balanced both religion and social activity to benefit the community. He never aspired for any post or position, but was insistent to accept leadership at the organizations represented today. It was because of me that he consented to contest the elections at Anjumani Himayat Islam, though he was a former assistant secretary. He was a fighter and wanted justice for the community. He took responsibility to represent the community on Prime TV news channel on debates and quit the program when the anchor was not doing justice to his talk. He was on the board of Juvenile Justice, Government of Tamil Nadu, under late Dr. J. Jayalalitha. He was always given the main stage along with other dignitaries at the Iftiar party hosted by Jayalalitha ADMK, but he would carry his own dates, the khajur, to break the fast and never ate of the table served by the party. It was his principle to open fast of what he felt was only halal. He was an admirer of Jaya's rule, and she would call him home to garner support during the elections. He stood by me in fighting against discrimination in the community and the running of our institutions, and became a part of my founding the Forum for Justice. I had the pleasure of traveling outstation with him a couple of times. The last was in Delhi during the Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce, the FICCI meet at the AGM, and we were roommates. I noticed his discipline in keeping things tidy. He used to fold his clothes in an orderly manner and stack them neatly. He had a flair for dressing and used to dress for the occasion. He stopped wearing the Nehru jacket when our Prime Minister started wearing it and became known as the Modi jacket. He never took medicines in his life and believed in natural therapy and traditional home remedies. He had a serious stroke in January this year, but as a fighter that he was on the stage to recovery. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had other plans and invited him to his fold. At 11 p.m. on Wednesday, 20th March 2019, he left for the heavenly home. He was loved by everyone who was in contact of him and will definitely be missed. Survived by his son Syed, Mateen Ruhani, and his wife and 2 daughters, sons-in-law, and his 8 grandchildren. We join in their loss and pray to Allah's Wajal to forgive his sins, the shortcomings if he had any, and open the doors of Jannatul Firdaus, and to the family to give Sabr Jameel, to share this loss and continue with the good work left behind. Amen. You are all aware this is a solemn condolence meeting, and I would request that no clapping or anything whatsoever by whoever the speaker is. Kindly be requested to be solemn and observe silence. I will now request Dr. Syed Khalifatullah Sahib, who was also very close to him, who is the president of the Crescent Hospital and honorary secretary of Anjuman Junaid al-Islam, who was given the permission. May I request him to kindly speak on the Pluralist issue.
तो क्या था
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Respected President of this evening function to condole the sad demise of marhum Janab Haji Syed Inayathullah Sahib and my friends who are on the stage and off the stage, ladies and gentlemen. I will not take much of your time. Janab Inayathullah Sahib's association with me dates back to at least 3 decades. We were together, we knew each other so closely, and I know how philanthropic he was, but was not showing outside, and that was his duty. Inayathullah Sahib's association with the various organizations has given fruits to their respect to organizations, and especially the Anjuman Mufida al-Islam when he became the member of the executive committee. His contributions to the Anjuman cannot be compared in a short period of time. Friends, everybody has to die. Kullu nafsin dha'iqatul maut. Somebody has to go first, somebody has to go next. But Allah's ways are different. He knows who is to go first and who is to go next. He was so young. He was young to me. Even then, he was so kind and so generous that I cannot spell out the various things which he has done. I will confine myself to his activities in the Crescent Hospital, where he became the patron member. Just when I told him that you are not a member of Crescent Hospital, you are everywhere, and why Crescent Hospital is not having your membership, immediately he took his checkbook and became the patron member of the Crescent Hospital. That was his spirit, and he never aspired for any post. He just became a member, but unfortunately, after becoming a member, he was with us in Crescent Hospital for less than a year, and we lost him. Friends, he was a friend indeed, a friend indeed. And really, we lost him. The community has lost him. We pray to him, we pray to Almighty Allah to bestow him his soul, rest his soul in peace and in Jannah, and give service to the family members. With these viewers, I thank you all for the time given to me to say a few words on this occasion. Thank you very much.
Amidst his busy schedule, or should I say, his health also, because he is unable to walk much now, because our Muhammad Khalilullah Sahib has immediately agreed to be a part of this condolence meeting. He has rich experience of his along with Inayathullah Sahib. May I request Khalil Bhai to please give his address.
Assalamu alaikum. Respected Nawab Muhammad Abdul Ali Shah, Designer and the Prince of Arcot, and all my colleagues present here. It is a sad day today that we are missing our good community worker, Janab Inayathullah Sahib. I have known him for more than 2-3 decades. When originally he invited me to join in Milli Council, which I could not, as I was otherwise engaged in several forums. Anyhow, that was the past. He joined me and did yeoman work in the tsunami distress. The area drowned in sea was thoroughly surveyed by him. He listed the number of calamities and also met their family, each and every member he listed. And we built nearly 100 houses for the tsunami distress, and the construction of which also he supervised. Several times he went to Nagapatnam and served the helpless in the forum which did it, and he was very helpful in ameliorating the distress faced by the people in Nagapatnam. A social worker, an activist. He was very fond of Miyasi since long, but Allah has given a seat only recently, but now Almighty has taken him before he could start and put the sincere work for him. He is a sincere social worker, a community worker, and Allah should bless him with Jannat Maghfirat. Anyhow, today we miss him. Rarely a sitting member of the Miyasi has demised. Someone or other is a sitting member, recently joined Miyasi. Allah has taken him back, and my condolences.
And I was told in the introduction that he was managing a very big firms in HR before. And with his vast experience and my knowledge, he served the HITC in all industrial training matters and the HR committee in all matters of the HR development. Besides, he was a devoted member of the Anjuman Inayathullah. He is passing away. The Anjuman Inayathullah has lost an important title. And I think any person who dedicates his life for the welfare of the community, and he has to be prized, he has to be respected, he has to be remembered. And we have seen, after I saw where all he had been contributing to the Milli Council, Baitul Mal Tamil Nadu, and the National Chamber, the Muslim Education, the Anjuman Inayathullah Islam, Muslim Women's Aid Society, and now beside that, so many things I just now mentioned during the tsunami, how he has worked. It all shows that this contribution to the community, and I feel unless our own people, we all take care of our own community, nobody else will take care of us. And he was an example how anyone has to be dedicated in the service of the community in any aspect, and he has been serving it, and he has become an example. I on behalf of all the members of the Anjuman and my committee and other members, we all pray for his maghfirah, and Allah will give him the highest place in the Jannah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now I call on Rafiq Ahmad Sahib, past president of the Anjuman Himayat Islam, the vice president of Anjuman Muslim Islam,
and the Honorary Secretary of the Muslim Education Association of Southern India, Miyasi, to please give his condolences.
Most respected President Inayathullah, all the elders on the stage and off the stage, brothers and sisters, and my friend Syed Sahib, convener of this event. My association with Inayathullah was from the Islam when he was the assistant secretary, when I was the treasurer of the organization. As everybody had mentioned, he was more on the HR and he was keen to help the community by providing the opportunities for the young people to get jobs abroad. Even in recent months when he became the member of executive committee of Miyasi, his aim was to help our student to get placement. He himself offered his services in one of the meetings of AC that his services can be availed for placement. And during this last months, he was very keen to see that all get united and work towards the welfare of the community. That was his aim and goal, and he wanted to bring a harmony and unity among all the members of various associations. It is a really sad moment that we have lost a dynamic member of our community. The popularity of Inayathullah Sahib can be guessed from the people who attended his namaz in the janaza in the mosque. The whole strip of Mount Road was filled with two-wheelers and four-wheelers, and a big crowd came for his last journey. So the popularity becomes the benchmark of any person, and hence we have lost a real community leader, community worker, and we all pray for his maghfirat, and we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give patience and sabr jameel to his family, to his sons and all. Thank you.
Inayat lived a very simple life. In fact, he used to communicate with me even at odd hours. When I was having certain issues getting into Miyasi or into Anjuman and all that, he used to tell me, whatever it is, Munir, never leave the side of Nawab Sahib. Nawab Sahib was one man who loves you so much, and never ever for any of this post or position get anything which Nawab Sahib may feel bad against. He was so much wanting me to do good for the people. In fact, he was putting me on the job, he was trying to train me, he was an advisor to me. Because it is my nature, I am a little adamant, I don't listen to people. But always at the right occasion, you tell me, this is it, go a little slow, go a little patient, or handle matters in a very soft way. Everything you say is right, but people will not understand you unless you communicate them in a very, very soft and pleasant manner which they will appeal to them. This is the one thing which he left with me now. I will now request my big brother, President and leader of all the Muslims in this part of the world, I should say, or South India, Chennai, I have always been calling him, sir, people will listen to you. You are a person who can tell people what to do, and they all have ears for you. You must lead the community. We are all getting divided, departed, parted, and we are bringing, there's no peace, but we have become peace. Even a party has become to so many pieces that he was working for the unity of all the parties which are split together and want to get one Muslim forum to work for the community. He was very much wanting me to tell Nawab, and I think this is the right time to tell him that you must unite the entire Muslim community in this part of the country to work for one cause. And I would like at this moment call on Nawab to please render his address.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our immediate past president of Miyas, Janab Inayathullah Sahib, our esteemed Padma Shri Hakim Dr. Syed Inayathullah Sahib, President of the Syed Hospital and non-knowing student, Anjumani Mufid Islam, और पद्मा श्री डॉक्टर मकार साहब प्रेसिडेंट of Human Humanity Islam, और ऑनरेबल सेक्रेटरी जनाब खान साहब, past president of Human Humanity Islam and the present secretary of the Miyasi, and all eminent speakers on the stage, respected elders, and dear brothers and sisters. I was not that much close to Inayathullah Sahib, but he had great respect to the House of Arthur and especially towards me, which I cannot forget so easily. Never at any time he has made any remarks on my statements or on my advice on any occasion. He has respected me. And he always used to advise on certain occasions. And we have not met that much like our Khalidullah Sahib, Munir Sahib, Munir Sharif Sahib, and so many were very close to him. We are all assembled here today to pay our deep condolences to the bereaved family and friends on the passing away of our respected brother, Janab Haji Syed Inayathullah Sahib. Exactly a week ago. I can well appreciate what a great loss this must be to the family members, relatives and friends, especially who are very close to him, like our Padma Shri Dr. Inayathullah Sahib, Janab Syed Munir Ahmad Sahib, Janab Munir Sharif Sahib, and Maqbul Basha, the fundal contractor, and many others were close to him. Janab Inayathullah Sahib was well loved and respected in the community and society for his good work and services he had rendered, particularly to the poor and downtrodden, and he will be long remembered by many. Our hearts are filled with sympathy for his family members, and we hope that time will soon ease the pain. Janab Inayathullah Sahib was a fine and brilliant person, and he will not be forgotten by many who regarded and associated with him in the religious, social, political, business and educational fields. He was a silent philanthropist in his own simple way and helped many on different occasions. Dear brothers and sisters, as the other speakers were mentioning, that we have to create a unity among ourselves first, because this life is very short. And if we are all united and the purpose of birth is served in such a manner, I think the purpose of our coming in this world will be fulfilled. I would like to just mention that his son is here and he is speaking well now. And I pray to Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give the departed soul the peace in the best part of the paradise, inshallah. Thank you very much.
I think we are all on a right time, and we are maintaining the timing. Even our subject is limitations. I would expect the other speakers also to give their condolence in 2 or 3 minutes. That's more than suffice, because I have already spelled out his entire background. Now I request our Fatima Muzaffar, our board member, who was also close to Inayathullah Sahib, to please give a message.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in, amma ba'd. Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, respected presidents of various organizations, respected past presidents, respected secretaries, leaders of various political and non-political parties, on the dais, off the dais, respected brothers from our fellow communities, respected sisters, I welcome all of you to this condolence meeting with Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace, mercy and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be on one and all of you. As the person demises, we say Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi raji'un. Verily we belong to Allah, we are from Allah, and we are to return to Allah. This condolence meeting of Brother Inayathullah Sahib goes on to prove that this man lived his life for the sake of Allah and has gone back, leaving all of us in sorrow with the acceptance of Allah. Because once a man demises, no matter how famous, how popular, or how well known he is, condolence meetings are not well attended. People don't have time to give condolence to somebody who's no more. Because he's not there, they don't have to get his sabash or get his recognition. But here we find, cutting across all religion, his contemporaries, his colleagues, his friends, leaders of different political, non-political parties, of different organizations, filling this hall. This goes on to say the life this man has lived. I'm not going to talk about any of the organizations and the services he has done to the organizations, but as the representative of the women community, it was during the floods of Chennai. Various people were coordinating different welfare activities and helps in kind and cash to different people. I remember one of my staff's sister was going to get married, and the entire gift for the wedding was lost in the floods, including the gold jewelries. I'm sure Abdurrahim Patel Sahib will remember that incident. I just called him and said his family is in total loss. They don't have anything. Marriage is fixed in 1 week. I don't have to tell you the measure of help he had done, all out. Gone all out to help this family in getting the daughter married. It need not have to be told in detail, but only to point out that the big heart that he had in helping people in stress. Also, another side of this great man, I know we have great leaders on the stage who balanced both their, including my late father, who balanced their public life as well as the private life is a very big challenge. We were once counseling a case in Baitul Mal. It became much too late than expected. And his wife was constantly calling. Abhi tak khaye nahi, abhi tak ghar ko nahi aaye, kya karte? He answered 2 phone calls very kindly. And the 3rd phone call, he gave the phone to me and said, तुम्हारा भाभी को जरा बोलो माँ मैं चुन के बैठा नहीं हूँ. यहाँ पे 2 दुल्हन के बीच में सुलह कर ले तो हिकाई के वास्ते को तो नाम कमाने को इनके पास से कभी पैसा कमाने वाले नहीं, बट उन्हें देख लो कहीं नहीं, उन्हें पसंद करेगा. 2 लड़ने वाले उनके बीच में अगर सुलह करे तो उन्हें पसंद करता. उसके वास्ते बैठी ही बोल के तुम्हारा भाभी को जरा समझाओ. कि को the ladies समझाए तो भरोसा पैदा होगा. That's the time I realized for what this man is working for. It's very pathetic to see the situation of the Muslim community. Nawab Sahib has very rightly pointed out the unity which is much needed. I read this in the WhatsApp forward, I'm sure you all also would have read it. The only place where four of us can unitedly stand. They say various other places, but one place where none of us can divide us is the place of a person's death. சந்துக்கு எடுக்கும்போது தான் 4 முஸ்லிம்களை ஒன்னா தோல் கொடுத்து இருப்பாங்க, அங்க மட்டும்தான் ஒற்றுமையா இருப்பாங்கன்னு சொல்லி அண்மையில படிச்சேன். இனாயத்துல்லா சாப் அவங்களுடைய மவுத்துல எங்களை எல்லாத்தையும் ஒத்துமைப்படுத்தி அதையும் நிரூபிச்சுட்டு போயிருக்கிறாங்க. I'm not here to talk politics, but I'm telling you, the man who lived his life striving to unite us all has left behind a beautiful message, has lived a very beautiful life. I think we have to see that life and learn from that life. And ending my talk by telling that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, after you are dead, all your deeds comes to an end, but for 3. One is the ilmun nafiya, the beneficial knowledge you leave behind. Second is the sadaqatu jariyah, the charity which you have done, which will continue to earn rewards for you even after your death. Third is salihah awlad, righteous children. Some people are blessed with ilmun nafiya, but not with other two. Some people are great philanthropists, but are not blessed with salihah children or ilmun nafiya. And some have salihah children, but it's Allah's test. They can't do charity, nor are they learned. But here is a man who was blessed by Allah with ilmun nafiya, beneficial knowledge, which many have benefited, and who has done great charity, sadaqatu jariyah, as well as righteous children. I shared the grief with his family, his wife and children. May Allah give them sabr and jameel, and may Allah give us that hidayah to learn from this life of this beautiful slave of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah make his grave brightest and illuminate it with his noor. May Allah give him the best darja in this world and in the akhirah. Radiyallahu anhu wa radu anhu, as Allah says, they are happy with Allah and Allah is happy with them. May Allah bless it to our beloved marhum brother Inayathullah Sahib. Jazakallah khair for giving the opportunity. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The old block, I should say Fatima Muzaffar, daughter of Abdul Samad Sahib, carries on the legacy of the IUML, and it is also on her part that she sees to the unity of the Muslim organizations and bring them all under one roof. I will now request a good friend of Inayatullah, who has been closely working with him in all matters, and of course, like what me and Nawab Sahib are, we have a little bit tiff here and there. Muliruddin Sharif and Inayatullah, who had the thing in a different perspective, and both views and points are the same, but they are used to debate on certain things and come to a final conclusion. I will now request his good friend, our advocate, M. Inayathullah Sahib, to please give his condolence message.
Please on the dais, friends, elders and ladies. Assalamu alaikum. I had the privilege of working closely with Inayathullah for more than 3 decades. Inayathullah had always treated me as his friend. Though he was elder to me more than 14 years, he was very simple and soft-spoken person. I had many incidents to quote, but due to the fact of time, I am not able to. I don't think it's possible to say a few things. However, I had a very good time with you. We have traveled widely. We have shared our rooms. He never allows me to sleep on the floor. He always first select the floor, if 3 of us sharing the room. We shared our rooms, we shared our food, we We shared our car. He'll come suddenly to my home and he'll get into the car, we'll go. He'll not inform his family. He'll not give me the time to inform my family. He'll take me. I used to call him Gandhi. He'll never allow us to spend even a single day for a very long time. He used to come to my house now and then we shared our office in SAT Trust office, then we shared our office in Munod Complex for a few years, and he was, after retirement, he joined with me as a lawyer, as a junior. He said, I am junior to you. I have included his name in my wakalat and other things. It's all personal things. But as a joint secretary of Baitul Mal, I am here before you to say a few things, what he has done to the Baitul Mal. Inayathullah joined the Baitul Mal of Tamil Nadu in the year 2001 as a patron member. As EC member, he discharged his duty, he has contributed so many things. Then the sudden demise of our former General Secretary, Ikram Mohammed Sahib, Dr. Nazir Mohammed called him to take the responsibility of the secretaryship. Initially, Inayathullah declined, but ultimately we all forced him. Then he accepted, he agreed, and he continued as a secretary for some period. But he could not continue due to his various engagements. So he resigned and he became the executive committee member again. Then thereafter in this 2000 year, he became the vice president of Baitul Mal. During this period, a property came for sale in Triplicate and High Road. That time, Baitul Mal had only a meager amount in the box. But Inayathullah said that we'll all collect, we'll all jointly do something like that. So he took a delegation. I was part of it with him. I had been accompanied to him to Dubai. Within contacts, we stayed there for nearly 15-20 days. With this, all he has made arrangements, room, car, and everything, and also the people to whom to meet. So we stayed there 15 days there, and we collected some fund, and from that, out of the fund, we purchased the Baitul Mal property. This was the capacity, this was the things he has contributed to the initial thing. Like my friend Dr. Khalil Bhai said that during the tsunami also, on the next very day, we all went there. Myself and Inayathullah in his car, myself, everybody went there. We stayed there for 2 days. Initially, then we started going every week in his car. Inayathullah was instrumental for us taking there and doing all services to the people there. Then thereafter, after becoming the vice president, he did. Then Nazir Mohammed Sahib, the president, he fell ill. He could not move sometime. So he requested Inayathullah Sahib to become a working president. Nazir Mohammed Sahib was the president, Inayathullah became the working president. Ultimately, we lost Dr. Nazir Mohammed Sahib. Then in the year 2013, Inayathullah became the president. And you know that after that becoming the president, there was as Sister Fatima Muzaffar said, that in the floods in Madras, then the Gaja Puyal, then the floods in Kerala, he mobilized men and material and also the funds to help these people. I cannot explain this in detail because he has done a marvelous work with the few hands of the Baitul Mal members. He went wherever is possible with the van and all these things. We have the photographs and everything we'll speak about. He was there, everywhere he was there in India. I said, even though he is elder to us, he behaved like a young person. Very active. Usually the presidents will have only few days they will come to the organization or any important meeting, but Baitul Mal almost he was coming every day. With the secretary Sahib was there. Then he started, the old building is there. The Baitul Mal building we have purchased. He said that why don't we remodel it, reconstruct it. So for that we need a fund. But again Inayathullah has started collecting in a small way with the help of others of the secretary. Alhamdulillah, the building, 5-story building was completed in Triplicate and High Road with all modern facilities, and it is called Baitul Mal Convention Center. last year he had inauguration also. Inayathullah as well. Ashraf Bhai, who is the patron, chief patron of that Baitul Mal, and other members are here. So this shows how our Inayathullah has done a marvelous work, because he was very keen, because no other member in the Baitul Mal wanted to invest so much fund in the building, but he said no, this is a carpus fund, this building is now it is leased out, which is fetching a substantial amount which helps the Baitul Mal and augmented his income. It's a permanent income he made it. This is the achievement of Syed Inayathullah Sahib. So these are the few things what he has done during his short period of 6 years. So, because I have a lot of speakers are here, I don't want to take much. Only few things I wanted to say, because Professor Muhammad Ali is here, he knows that Inayathullah was for some time, he was the Vice President of Tamil Nadu Muslim Service Movement. It is still there. Basha Bhai also is there, he knows that Inayathullah was the Vice President. And also, before in coming back from Delhi, only one thing he asked me at the last moment in Delhi, he said, you promised me that you will render your service for Baitul Mal. I promised him that I will do my best for Baitul Mal. That was the promise he has taken from me. He has also he was booked his ticket on 19th January. He has also asked me to come along with him to Dubai to attend the All India Muslim think tank meeting. Ultimately, he could not go because of his illness. This is all the small things which he has done. So that today the Baitul Mal is getting some substantial income to render service because of all the 6 year service rendered by Inayathullah. And the Baitul Mal was last a committed and a sincere worker in passing away of Inayathullah. I pray that his vision and mission will be carried forward in the future. I pray to the Almighty to bestow the highest place in Jannah to Inayathullah. He will be duly missed by all of us.
We will try to finish it by 5:30. I'd like the speakers to restrict the time a little bit, because Nawab Sir was also wanting to leave, but since the son of Inayathullah was going to respond, and the Dua al-Maghfirah which is to follow, I want his participation too. So we'll try to request the speakers to please quicken up and bestow your minimum time in sending the message of condolence to the family. I now request our Janab Jailan Bakhuli Sahib, the Social Democratic Party, and of course he is now busy in the election period. He would request him to please say a few words.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wal aqibatu lil muttaqin wa salatu wa salam ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Janab Nawab Muhammad Abdul Ali Sahib, மேடை நம்ம இருக்கிற
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Respected speakers on the dais, my family and friends of the dais. I'm overwhelmed by the strength of this meeting today and humbled. It's an emotional day for me to see so many people here. I saw that during the dad's janaza, and now in this meeting also. The message, what he wanted to say, everybody of you have clearly explained the unity of the community, and his very last few words when he was sick and we asked him, now you should spend more time with the family and stop this traveling. He was very clear, though he was in tracheostomy and he couldn't speak. With actions he said, family's time is done. Even if I become already now, it will be more time for the community. So that's the message he gave us. I would like to thank all of you to be present here. Jazakallah khair.
For information, Syed Mateen Rabani is a pilot and he is working in Dubai now for the Fly Dubai. And now Dubai Maghfirat, may I request our Khatib of Anjuman Inayathullah Islam, the mosque, Janab Syed Alam Sahib, to render the prayer, the dua and his blessing to share.
Alhamdulillah wahda, salatu wassalamu ala man la nabiyya ba'da. Khawatir hadirat, इज्जत माफ नवाब मुहम्मद अब्दुल अली साहब, सिर्फ दो बात मुझे कहने के लिए मैं इजाज़त हूँ कि नवाब साहब को काफ़ी वक्त है जाने के लिए। मैं जनाब सैयद के इनायतुल्लाह साहब को उस वक्त से जानता हूँ जब मैं बैतुल माल में दर्स हदीस के लिए जाया करता था। उस वक्त डॉक्टर नज़ीर मोहम्मद साहब थे। कई सफ़र भी मैंने उनके साथ किया और हज़रत उमर रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु का एक कौल है कि इंसान को पहचानना हो तो उसके साथ सफ़र करके देखो। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हर चीज़ में हमने उनको बहुत सिंपल, बहुत सादा और हमेशा एक फ़िक्र। फिर उसके बाद वो अपने घर में अपने फैमिली वालों के लिए 15 दिन में एक बार मेरा बयान भी रखते थे। तो ऐसे बहुत से लम्हात उनके साथ में गुजारने का मौका हुआ। आज वाकई एक कमी महसूस हो रही है, लिहाजा मैं मुख्तसर से वक्त में यही कहूँगा कि अल्लाह ताला ऐसे और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग हमारी कम्युनिटी में पैदा करें, उनकी कमी को नेमत बदल की हसद में हमें अता फरमाएँ और ख़ासकर उनके रवाजीन, उनके अहलवायात, फर्जंद और दूसरे हजरात, क्योंकि मैं सिर्फ इनायतुल्लाह साहब ही नहीं, उनके दामाद, उनके समधी, उनके और जो ब्रदर्स हैं, सबसे मैं करीब रहा हूँ। इसलिए जो बयान में हमेशा वो दुआ करते थे, मैं सबके लिए दुआ करता हूँ कि अल्लाह इन सबको सबक की तौफीक अता फरमाए। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह रब्बिल आलमीन व आक़िबतुल मुत्तक़ीन वस्सलातु वस्सलामु अला सय्यिदिल मुरसलीन। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मदिन व अला आलि मुहम्मदिन व बारिक व सल्लिम। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला मुहम्मदिन बिअददि मा। अल्लाहुम्मा इग़फिर लहु वरहमहु वआफ़िही वअफ़ु अन्हु वअकरिम नुज़ुलहु ववस्सिअ मदखलहु वअग़सिलहु बिल-माइ वल-थल्जि वल-बरद वअग़सिलहु बिल-माइ वल-थल्जि वल-बरद वअग़सिलहु बिल-माइ वल-थल्जि वल-बरद वअ'idहु मिन अज़ाबिल क़ब्र वअ'idहु मिन अज़ाबिल क़ब्र वअ'idहु मिन अज़ाबिन नार वअ'idहु मिन अज़ाबिन नार وأدخله الجنة وأدخله الجنة وأدخله الجنة برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين। या अल्लाह, उनके सारे कारनामों को जो कुछ बयान किया गया है, खुसूसन खिदमत खल्क़ के लिए जिन्होंने वक्त निकाला, या अल्लाह उनका भरपूर अजर अता फरमा। या अल्लाह, आप इन्हों को पैदा थे, आप इन्हों को हिदायत, जब तक वो दुनिया में थे अल्लाह आपके रास्ते पर, अल्लाह वो आपके हवाले, अल्लाह उनकी मेहमान नवाज़ी मग़फ़िरत के साथ कीजिए, रहमत के साथ कीजिए। और अगर इंसान होने के नाते जो कुछ कोताहियाँ हो गई, अल्लाह अपनी मग़फ़िरत की बदौलत में माफ़, सत्कार में बेशुमार बंदे उन्हें भी माफ़ी का जन्नतुल फिरदौस, या अल्लाह उन्हें जन्नतुल फिरदौस, या अल्लाह उनकी बेशुमार कामयाबियों को उनके हक़ में कबूल, या अल्लाह उनके रवाज़ीन को, उनके घर वालों सब्र जमील अता। या अल्लाह जो उन्होंने औलाद सालेह छोड़ा है, या अल्लाह इनकी नेकियां, इनकी दुआएं और ये जो कुछ सदक़े जारिया करें, या अल्लाह उनके हक़ में कबूल, खुद इनको और बकिया आसार को भी उनके हक़ में सदक़े जारिया बनाए। सबकी दुआएं और तमन्ना है और यकीनन आपका वादा है कि जिनको सब अच्छा कहते हैं, आप भी उन्हीं को अच्छा कहते हैं, उनको पसंद करते हैं। या अल्लाह उनको पसंद, उनको जन्नतुल फिरदौस अपनी ख़ास रहमत और मग़फ़िरत उन पर नाज़िल रब्बना ला तुआख़िज़ना इन नसीना अव अख़्ताअना रब्बना قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين برحمة الله.
The condolence meeting stands adjourned.